My name is Reverend Dr. Renee Hart. I am an independent minister. I am a licensed practitioner for Center for Spiritual Living in Redlands. Our minister is Reverend Carey. As we take this breath, we breathe. And we're going into meditation. So as we take this breath, we breathe and knowing right where we are, God is. Knowing that God's Spirit is moving in us and through us and all around us. And so as we go into this meditation, we're knowing right where we are, God is. And so as we're knowing this, we're moving our awareness into the law of visualization. Filling our words, filling the picture of what we're feeling and seeing and doing. Visualization. What am I visioning today in meditation? So sit comfortably in your chairs, move your head from side to side, and just take in that God breath and breathe. Continue to breathe. Filling the heart space. Breathe. Focus on your breath. As we bring our awareness right where we are in this vision, we give thanks for this powerful vision. Now we just bring our awareness back into this room, back into the space, moving your head from side to side, feeling fully conscious, fully aware of where you are. And so as we take that breath, we're knowing all is well, all is perfect. Knowing that your vision is perfect. Namaste.
Light that shines is a light of love, hides the darkness from above. Shines on me and it shines on you, shows you what the power of love can do. Shine my light both bright and clear, shine my light both far and near. In every dark corner that I find,
And so today we're going to do invocation. It's August the 19th, Wednesday. And so the talk is still about brotherly love, and it's about forgiveness, going into a deeper sense of forgiveness. And so as we just take this breath, we breathe and knowing right where we are, God is. Knowing God's Spirit is moving in us and through us and all around us as I speak. And so as we take this breath, we're knowing that this is God's breath breathing through us as us on this Wednesday. So as we take this breath, we're knowing that God is moving in us and through us and all around us today. So we're knowing that God's Spirit is moving through us as us. So we bless this day. We bless each and every one of you today that's on Facebook Live and Zoom and all the other devices. We bless you. Know that you are loved. You are appreciated. So we're sending the highest vibration of love to you all. So as we take this God breath, we breathe. And knowing that God's Spirit is at the center of all of it. Knowing that God's Spirit is within you now. On this Wednesday. So we're knowing that all is well, all is perfect, all is good. So we send out blessings to all. And so it is. Amen. Stay tuned for this Wednesday, August the 19th, Wednesday. The topic will be Part 4, Brotherly Love. And it's about working deeper in the sense of forgiveness. And so, our topic is still brotherly love. Last week, we talked about forgiveness. And these are the steps that I have been giving you about moving into brotherly love. And one of the steps was last week, it was about forgiveness and going deeper into when you were a kid, when you were a teenager, and when you were an adult, and how you was able to move through it with ease and grace, but going back to see if there's anything you need to let go of that was on your shelf that it was time for you to let go of. Okay? And to forgive and continue to start that healing process. Okay? So it's a very, very important part. So today we're going to be talking about the law of visualization. And we're going to be coming from Spiritual Economics, Chapter 3, page 49 through 65. We're also going to be talking about the 7 spiritual laws of success, page 67 through 103. The Bible, Matthew 5 and 8. And Science of Mind, page 643 and 644. And it's talking about the creative medium. Okay? And so we're just going to get started today. So grab your pen again and your piece of paper. So you can just jot down some things that may come up for you today. Some things may have encouraged you, or some things that was a button that pushed or something. Okay? And so let's get started. I am so excited about this. So one of the most important aspects of studying the truth is training your eyes to see. So it says the most important thing is training your eyes to see. We get the picture giving out over several recording points. However, by the miracles of visions, we do not see all the points. They are all transformed into one solid form. What the mind sees is not this solid picture that is communicating to the brain. Interesting. In other words, seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing, right? You see things not as they are, but as you are. Your perception is shaped accordingly to your presence, your previous experiences, as according to your faith, according to where you are consciously. So let's read that back again. It's accordingly to where you are in consciousness. When you're understanding the law of visualization, you will realize that the greatest need is not to set it right, but to see it right. So let's stop here for a moment. Excuse me for my dogs, but life is in session. I can't change that. Okay? So let's just move on. So when I'm saying you realize that the greatest need is not to set it right, but to see it right. And so to me is, you know how sometimes you may say, I'm going to set that right. I'm going to make sure I speak my truth. I'm going to set it right. Maybe ego, whatever that may be, that you're moving through. So it's not so much as trying to set something right, but it's to see it right. Now that was deep to me. As we just take that breath and we just breathe. Right, seeing is one of the most important key to seeing the truth of what it really is. It's that demonstration of truth. And so when we see from our consciousness of forever presence, that substance, Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8. So when you see from God's consciousness, you project the consciousness. So when you are centered in the oneness with God, substance, you see, through the substance, you see the abundance. Everywhere is to turn on that light. You know, that light is within you. You don't have to obtain it somewhere else, because that light is within you now, and it's spreading forth into the world through you. So God is expressing through you as you. To see the truth is seeing a flow of consciousness flowing like a fountain from within. It says, wherever you are in consciousness has everything to do in what you see. Now, see, to me, that was powerful in itself, because where you are in consciousness is what you're seeing. So if you're seeing that I'm a victim, you're seeing that somebody's always doing something to me, you're seeing why me. And that's where your consciousness at. And then guess what? It's going to continue to flow. Exactly what you don't want, because it's where your consciousness lies. So if you are in fear of something, check it to see where that fear lies. Give thanks for the fear, because the fear made you stop to think. And as you think with the spiritual eyes, the God's eyes, you will be able to move through it with ease and grace. You see? So that's mean when you move from that lower vibration to a higher frequency, and in that higher frequency and consciousness, you can see the real truth of it. And then you can do something different. So then you're going to have a different experience. In this, get yourself centered at the root of the reality within you and the awareness of substance. Self-image is realization that you do not change your self-image, but the rejecting what you are by discovering what you are. So let's read that again, because I'm liking that one. And it says, in this, get yourself centered at the root of reality within you and the awareness of the substance. Self-image is the reflection of the realization through the substance that you do not change your self-image by rejecting what you are, but discovering what you are. So it's not about rejecting who you are, but discovering who you are to the depths of who you really are. You are already creating your life. You are already created in the image and the likeness of God. Your true image is not something to get. It is a reality of discovery. Now that's deep. It says your true image is not something to get. So that image is not what you wear. That image is not how you speak. It's not all about that. Okay? In reality, it's about discovering who you really are. Your true image is not something to get. It is a reality to discover. That there is that of you that is the likeness of God. It is yourself. I am. I see myself experience greatness. You see? So remember to stop. If you catch yourself in a negative pattern, catch yourself in a vibration. If you're thinking thoughts that's not of the highest vibration. See, when you think those thoughts, you can instantly change it by looking at it through different eyes. You may not can control what's going on in the world, you see, but you can control how you partake of this world. Because the Bible says, be in the world, but not as the world. I do know that. And so it's about allowing your light to shine no matter where you are, no matter what's going on. You continue to let your light shine because that light is God's light. And that light is moving through you as you. So remember who you are and your true nature. The 7 spiritual laws of success, the law of intentions and desires, page 67 through 80 and 95 through 103. The 5th spiritual law of success is the law of intentions and desires. The law is based on the fact that energy and information exists wherever there's nature. The quantum field is influenced by the intentions and the desires. The essential nature is the movement of energy and information. The consciousness changes is brought about. The two qualities, intention, about your inheritance and consciousness, attention and intention. Attention and intention is transform. So wherever you put your attention on will grow stronger in your life. Intentions is transformed of energy and information. Think about this for a moment. A single cell in the human body is doing about 60 trillion things per second. And it has to know what everything does in the cells at all times. So let's just pause here for a moment. I want you to write down just for a moment. Where have your attentions been lying this week? What have you been thinking about? What have you been doing? Or even to the fact, well, I don't like this person because she does this, or she says that, or he does this, or he does that. Think about it. So just for a moment, think about it and write it down. From last Sunday until this Wednesday, where have your mind been traveling? Because you are creating the world. So, we're talking about visualization on this Wednesday. So therefore, time is the moment of thought, which is the awareness of truth. So remember that your true nature is one of pure spirit, carrying the consciousness of your spirit. And remember yourself to practice in the present moment. Be aware of all your actions. Also, the 7 spiritual laws of success is the purpose of life, is the law of purpose in life as taken manifestation in the physical form to fulfill a purpose. There are 3 paths to the law of purpose of life. And each one of us is here to discover our own true selves, to find out our own that our true selves really are, where it lies. Spiritual beings that haven't taken a manifestation in the physical form. We are spiritual beings that's having a human experience. Each of us is here to discover our own higher selves, our own spiritual selves, to express our equal talent. The law says we have a different talent. Each and every one of us has a unique talent that only we can do. And so we're supposed to spread that out into the world. And the third one is service, being in service for your fellow humanity. So it's about how are you showing up in the world today? What can you do to bring love and light, healing energy to the world? So you have to step up and do your part. How can you know your part? Unless you go within and know the oneness with God. God's spirit is within you now. So it goes all the way down into your relationships. It goes down into your workplace. All of that. Set your attention and know where you choose to move. Where do you choose to go? Ask yourself daily, how can I serve? How can I help? And how can I love every human being in brotherly love? So as I step out, I step into the knowingness of the truth of who I am. See, in order for you to be in a state of brotherly love, you must set your intentions. Set that intention of being in a state of love, in a state of harmony. Being in a state of who you are, knowing who you are. You see, you can't get love out unless you first know who you are. You cannot set an intention unless you have a vision. What is the vision? And as you visualization, you can see it, you can feel it, you can know it. And you put that frequency out into the world. So it's about today, visualize what you do want. Visualize what works for you has to work for humanity. You see, you can't ask for something for yourself without it affecting the whole world. If I want peace for myself, I have to know that peace for the world. I have to know that peace for you as well as for me, because we are one. You see? So in conclusion with this, I would like to say about your vision. Write down your vision statement. What is it that I desire? To step into that brotherly love. You see, what is it true that I desire that I would like to share into the world? What is it in me that I can love myself? Because every one of us has a unique gift to give. So what is your gift today? How are you giving in that sacred service? Law of attraction. What you put out comes back. If you give love, it comes back. If you send out peace, it comes back. And so in knowing all of this, you must know that your intentions have power. Your vision has power. It really does. So when you put those two together, you know how some people say, I'm going to get a vision board. And then once they put everything down on a vision board, I'm done. How often do they look at that vision board? That's what I'm talking about. So put down the vision board and put it in your mind, in your consciousness. What's your vision? What is it that you really want to desire? What is it that you really want to put out into the world? That's going to take meditation. It's going to take going within to listen, to hear the voice of God speak to you as you. What is my highest good? What is my highest vibration? How can I be a beneficial present for the world? Because we know as this world is a new beginning, it's a new world. So in this new world, how can I be a beneficial present for the world? How can I be an uplift to you? To you. I would just like to share that what the center means to me. Uh, it's a home for me. It's like I wake up and I think about everyone at the center, and they show up in love. They care about their members. They care about each and every one of you, even on Facebook Live. And so this is my home church, and I love you all dearly. And so come on and join and just enjoy this with us. And if you like, please leave a love donation to help us to continue to stay open. You can give us 5, 10, 20, whatever your heart feels. Give a love donation because it helps us to stay open. It helps us to continue to be on Facebook Live and just be a big instrument for the world today. So if you like to even give a one-time donation, we accept whatever you have. And we're so much in gratitude for whatever you choose to give. So click on the button and give from the heart. And know whatever you give, it comes back 100-fold. So whatever we give, it's a law of circulation. So whatever we give, it comes back full circle. That's what I believe. And so when we hold our hands tight, nothing can come in, nothing can come out. But when we open freely, our blessings comes in and it comes out. So when blessings go up, praises come down. So thank you all and have a beautiful day, and namaste. So today is a day to get your tablet, start writing down your vision, going into meditation, going into that visualization of it, and then move to the highest vibration of sight, the real truth, and then move forward into this visualization. And so as we just take this breath, we breathe, and knowing God is all that there is. I hope you enjoyed this talk today. And in this, we're just going to take this breath and we're going to breathe and knowing right we are God is. Knowing that God's Spirit is moving through you as you right now into this visualization. Knowing that we already set our intentions. And so we know when we move to the highest vibration of who we are. So we bless this day. We know this day is perfect. This day is the day that we move in our intentions into the highest vibration of truth. And in this, I give thanks for this truth. And I just release my words into the universal law. I know that it's perfect. I know it's complete. And I was singing, so it is. Amen. Namaste.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fail. Let me learn from all the ways I fail. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. 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 Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve